Alright, it's time to take you through the resistance training sequence level by level. We're going to look at some of the really key issues and key technique elements at each of the particular levels through the resistance training sequence, starting at the beginning from level 1. Alright, the first point that I'd like to make for all of the exercises through the entire sequence is the slowness and control that we like to see in the exercises. Now, I made the point before about having a 3 count. We'll just demonstrate this one with the squat. At level 1, the squat's just a half range movement. So we're coming down until we've got about a 90-degree bend in the knee, and then we come back up again. Okay, so don't try and go down too deep in the squat at level 1. It's called a half squat or a half range. Now, in terms of the speed of movement and the control, the 3 count goes something like this. You just make a slow count of 3 to yourself on the way down, and then the same again on the way up. So something like this: 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and one more: 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's about the range of motion and about the speed that we want for the squat at level 1. But that speed, the 3 second down, 3 second up, holds true for all of the exercises through all of the levels in the resistance training sequence. Okay, the other important point here is that the rest period that you need to take between successive sets, the first, second and third set on the squats, for example, is about a minute to a minute and a half. We don't want to make a rest that's any shorter than that, because your body won't have recovered between sets. And too long means that you don't get the type of overload that we're really chasing with this type of exercise. So either way, you'll halt your progress, or you'll hinder your progress if you take a rest that's too short, or if you take a rest that's too long. Between a minute and a half. Most people have got watches and they can have a little look down and make sure that they get that rest about right. Now, with the abdominal crunch at level 1, what you really want to make sure with here is that you're not trying to over-stress for range of motion. The range of motion in a crunch is a curling type of motion, and because of that, and you're laying flat on the ground, face up on the ground, we're never trying to get the lower part of your back up off the ground. Now, I've seen people do crunches and sit-ups and that type of thing where they seem to have the objective of getting their chest all the way up to their knees or all the way up to their thighs. All we need to do there is shorten the gap between the rib cage and the pelvis and round the back. It's called a crunch for that reason, because you crunch yourself up into a ball. No need to try and get the lower back up off the ground at all with the crunch at level 1. Or level 2, by the way, which we'll move on to shortly, which is the same exercise as in level 1, but just with a short pause at the top. In this section, I'm going to lead you guys through level 1 of the busting free resistance training exercise sequence. So we're going to begin with the push-up. I'm going to do all of the repetitions right through from the push-up exercises to the lower back exercises. So with me, if you'd like to take your start position for the push-up. Now remember, what we're going to do here is we're going to position the knees underneath the hips so as the thighs vertical, and we're going to pivot from the hip and maintain that angle throughout the exercise. So hands directly underneath the shoulders, hips directly above the knees, and we just bend our arms, lower ourselves down, engaging the abdominal muscles, and 1, 2, stay nice and stiff through the midsection, 3, 4, that's 5, nice slow controlled movement speeds, 6, 7, 3 to go, 8, 9, and 10. Well done. That completes the first level of the push-up sequence, and we'll move on to the pull-up. Okay, and take some time to set up your apparatus, whatever it is that you might be using at home. And positioning ourselves underneath the lifting bar. Now again, all we need to do here is maintain that nice straight posture between the hip and the shoulder. Take a hold of the bar with an underhand grip, and then just pivoting from the sacrum, so nothing else comes up off the deck, and lifting as far as you can lift yourself and up, and again maintain nice stiff posture. That's 3, slow controlled movements, 4, 5,
6 and 7, 8 and 9. Last one for the pull-up, and 10.
And the third exercise in the resistance training sequence is the squat. So with me now, we take your start position, feet slightly wider than shoulder width apart, arms folded across your chest, looking straight ahead, so we maintain a nice straight back. We want to be nice and straight between the shoulders and the hips. And remember, down to about halfway down, we want the thigh down to a position that's about 90 degrees with the lower part of the leg. And nice, continuous, slow, controlled movements. And with me, 10 repetitions. Nice, slow, controlled. That's 1. And 2. Remember not to lock the knee at the top of the movement. And 3. Good job, stay strong. And 4. Remember to engage the abdominal muscles so we keep nice, strong posture. And 5. Halfway through. That's 6. Continuous movements. 7, just 3 to go. Stay strong, don't lose your form. Last couple. 9 and 10. Good job. All right, exercise 4 in the sequence at level 1 is our abdominal exercises. We'll take our position down here for the abdominal crunch. Flat on the back. Draw your heels in so you've got a slightly more than 90-degree bend in the knee. Arms folded across your chest. Fingertips on the collarbones. And we're engaging the abdominal muscles for 10 strong repetitions. Not too quick. And up we go. Remember, we don't have to come all the way up. That's 1 and 2. Nice slow controlled movements. And 3, 4 and 5, 6 and 7. Just 3 to go. Tummy muscle might be starting to burn now. That's 8 and 9. Last one and 10. Good job. Okay, and the final exercise of the level 1 sequence is the lower back sequence. For this exercise, we need to take a position lying down on our tummies, the Superman position. Now remember, when we do each repetition, we move the opposite arm to the leg that we're moving. So if we start with the right leg, we begin with the left arm. We need 10 repetitions, and nice and slow and nice and controlled. So with me, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Nice and slow and controlled. Control that top position. And 6. That's 7. 3 to go. 8. And 9. 1 more. And 10. And that completes your level 1 workout. Well done, guys. All right, let's have a crack at level 1. The band option. Remember, this is an alternative exercise for the pull-ups in the resistance training sequence. I'll take you through level 1 of the band option. Now remember, we're using a high anchor point here, so we take a hold of the handles on the TheraBand. We step away a little bit, okay, so we get a little bit of stretch in the band. Now the first thing we're doing is establishing that split stance, 1 foot forward and 1 foot back. Get a little bit of stretch on the band, full extension of the arms and reaching up slightly. Now what we're going to do is establish just a little bit of a backward lean here, because there's a little bit of forward pull associated with the angle of the band. So just lean back slightly. It takes the emphasis off the front leg a little bit as well. Okay, and here we go. And let's pull down. Remember, the arms track very close to the side of the torso. And up. That's 1. Stay strong through the core, strong through that front leg, and no rocking of the body. That's 2. Bit of a stretch at the top and pull. Nice and close arms, finish at the chest. That's 4. Stay strong, remember, don't move about, don't rock, don't lean forward. Maintain your start position through the whole movement. Halfway through. And pull down, all the way down till you get to the chest. Hardest at the bottom, remember, that's 6, nearly there. And 7. And 8, just 2 to go. Stay strong, strong through the core and strong through that front leg.
9, last one with me, and 10. Now just let it go slowly back to the top, and that completes level 1. Now remember, for the second set, we're going to place the right leg forward, and then for the third set, the second leg forward, or the left leg forward again. Now if you begin on the left leg today, for your next workout in 2 or 3 days' time, begin on the right leg. Make a little note of that in your exercise diary. And then you'll be ready to move on to level 2 before you know it.
All right, well done. That's level 1. Now that wasn't all that difficult, was it? Now remember, it's most important that we need to complete that workout 3 more times this week, and we'll be on our way.